Hello and welcome back to another video by the Kirklees Gaming Central. I'm Josh and here's my review of Katana Zero. So if you're anything like me, you enjoy a challenge, whether that be in everyday tasks, work, or even your downtime playing games. You'll know the great feeling of reward when you complete your goal. This is what Katana Zero sets out to achieve. That feeling of reward when you complete a hard level is amped up to the max with this special little indie title. Developed by Askiisoft and published by Devolver Digital in 2019, it's easy to see why Devolver picked up this title, as it fits right in their ballpark and it fits in with their very fast game library. Alongside a similar title, Hotline Miami, which this game has been compared to on multiple occasions by numerous sources. As there feels to be a definite influence on Katana Zero from the Hotline Miami series, such as the one-hit kills on you and the enemies, the fast restarts and how fast the game is as a whole. Katana Zero is a 2D action platform with a lot of charm. It oozes out of the screen with a gory neon mess. Your protagonist is a samurai named Zero who has suffered from memory loss from a head injury and is routinely pumped with Chronos, a drug that slightly alters his perception of time, allowing him with superhuman abilities that allows him to slow down time and to predict the future, hence why he's able to die so many times in the game. You're assigned a mission after receiving the drug where you will see a brief overview of who needs killing and what needs doing. This is where the fun begins. As you pop in your earphones and jam out to 80s synth music, the level starts and you're off. The fast-paced action is instant. It feels so good as you chain kills together, all the while blocking bullets and clubs with your katana. This game has a great sense of flow and the movement really reinforces this, letting you zip around like a true badass, and it constantly keeps you on your toes. And it will often throw an enemy at you when you least expect it. Luckily, you have the aforementioned Chronos that can easily turn the tide of a battle. Where you once may have been overwhelmed and outnumbered, you can spin this right back on the enemies and use their own arsenal against them. Katana Zero holds no hands when it comes to its combat, and it allows you to pick your own routes through the stages as you see fit. If you happen to die, you'll only lose a couple of seconds of playtime, so there's no real loss in progress, which makes it so you can test multiple ways of getting through a level. Behind all the flashing neon lights and pumping synths is the storyline. Usually in these types of games it's an afterthought to pad out the time between missions, and however, this game was different. The drug trip of a story got me hooked instantly after it took a turn and a hostage that I was meant to save sadly had his head blown up by an explosive collar around his neck. The game would often glitch out at points as if Zero was losing his grip on reality and he would see things in his dreams and his apartment as hallucinations. You can also get a dialogue option if you happen to fail at a boss fight too many times. After missions you'll meet up with your psychiatrist, who also happens to be your superior, assigning you missions and tasks which you can choose to rebel against. Such as when he tells you not to talk to a certain target, you can choose to go against this and go get deeper lore as to why you're actually here and what's actually happening within the world. If you happen to choose to interrupt characters in dialogue a lot, it'll become a part of Zero's personality, always interrupting and being impatient. Or you can listen to be kinder and more willing to hear what others have to say before inevitably murdering them. I often find myself in awe with what indie developers can do with pixel graphics and how smooth they can make a character sprite move. This game is no exception to this. The characters and levels feel alive in an odd way, and the world is so vibrant and poppy whilst also being dingy and not the kind of place that you'd want to live in. Alongside this is the great synth music that fits the theme of the 80s never-ended vibe that Katana Zero has in droves. Last year at the Game Awards it was nominated for Best Independent Game. Sadly it lost out to Disco Elysium, which in itself is another great piece of art which I would recommend to check out. This shouldn't sully your expectations of the game however, as the current reviews on Steam sit at overwhelmingly positive with a 98% positive review score from over 16,000 people. So if you have a Nintendo Switch or a PC, I would say go give this game a go if you have it, and you will not regret it. So thank you for watching this review of Katana Zero. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one.